Let's talk about a really powerful idea. What if you could take your entire personal library, all your documents, notes, even videos, and turn it into an intelligent assistant? Today, we're diving into a tool called NotebookLM that's designed to do just that, creating what some people are calling a second brain.
You know the feeling, right? Whether you're a student, an engineer, or really any professional today, you are constantly juggling information. Project files, super dense user guides, research papers, meeting notes. It honestly feels like you're drowning in the very data you're supposed to be an expert on.
And here's the crazy part. All that information, your expertise, that's your greatest strength. But trying to manage it all, trying to find that one specific piece of information right when you need it, well, that can become a massive bottleneck, just slowing you down and causing a ton of frustration.
In fact, professionals who aren't using tools like this are probably wasting hours, literally hours, every single week just searching for information they already have somewhere. I mean, think about that. That is a huge drain on productivity.
So, how do we fix this? Well, this is where the idea of a second brain comes in. Let's dig into how a tool like NotebookLM can take all your scattered information and turn it into something structured, smart, and instantly accessible.
So what is this thing exactly? NotebookLM is an AI assistant, but, and this is a huge but, it's grounded only in the content you give it. Think of it like a brand new brain that only knows what you personally teach it. This is so important because it stops the AI from just making stuff up, hallucinating, because every answer it gives is tied directly to your source materials.
And the way it works is actually pretty simple. You can break it down into a three-step engine. First, you input your sources. You're basically just dumping in everything: PDFs, YouTube videos, all your Google Drive files. Second, you process that info by just chatting with your documents, asking questions. The AI spits back answers with citations, pointing you to the exact spot in your sources. And third, you get your output, turning all that raw info into genuinely useful stuff like summaries, study guides, or even mind maps.
All right, let's look at a real-world application here. AI-powered learning. We're going to see how you can take those awful, dense software manuals and turn them into your own personal expert tutor.
Oh man, we've all felt this pain. You have to learn some new program for work, and someone hands you a 500-page user manual. It's dense, it's boring, and actually trying to learn from it feels next to impossible.
So here's how you build your own software tutor. You can feed it tutorial videos right from YouTube and upload those monster user guides. Then, instead of reading for hours, you just ask it a question like, how do I run a buckling analysis? And boom, NotebookLM searches your sources and gives you a step-by-step answer, citing exactly where it found the info. And here's a great pro tip from the source material. For really big documents, split them up by topic before you upload them. You'll get much better, more precise answers that way.
Okay, so that's for you as an individual. But what about for a whole team? This is where it gets really interesting. We're talking about automating expertise, basically cloning your senior staff's knowledge to completely change how your team shares information.
Just think about any company for a second. One of the single biggest time sucks for a senior person is mentoring and onboarding new people. The junior staff always has questions about company standards, procedures, checklists, and that means constant interruptions all day long.
And this slide just nails the difference. On the left, you've got the old way, constant interruptions. But on the right, you've got the new way. A team member can just ask the firm brain, which is basically a shared knowledge base you've built inside NotebookLM.
Building it is actually super straightforward. You just upload all your company's key documents, your standard operating procedures, your checklists, all those internal guides. Then you share that notebook with the entire team. All of a sudden, new hires have a resource that can instantly answer their questions, which frees up your senior people to focus on the hard stuff.
And you can take this idea even further. Imagine uploading, say, 50 past project reports. You could create what you might call a forensic detective that can scan all that history to help you find info from a similar case, or even help you draft a new report based on your company's style.
All right, last big idea here, visualizing your work. This is all about turning dense, complicated text into clear action plans. And, just as important, learning from our own mistakes.
Because let's face it, sometimes a simple text answer just doesn't cut it. When you're tackling a complex design problem, what you really need is a complete workflow, a clear, step-by-step process to follow.
So check out this example prompt from the source. Instead of just asking what is a plate connection, the user asks for a step-by-step calculation and specifically requests simple, easy-to-follow steps. That's key.
And this is the kind of thing it can generate.
NotebookLM can pull information that might be scattered across totally different chapters of a manual and organize it into a clean, visual flowchart like this. It makes it so much easier to see the big picture and make sure you're following the right sequence.
Now, let's talk about something that's just human. No matter how much of an expert you are, no matter how good you get, you are going to make mistakes. It just happens.
And I absolutely love this quote from the source material. It's never a mistake if you've learned something from it. The whole trick is making sure you actually do learn from it, so you don't make that same mistake again.
This is where this brilliant idea of a journal of mistakes comes in. The concept is so simple but so powerful. You just document your professional lessons learned. Things like, I forgot to check punching shear, or I misread a wind load category. You upload that simple journal to NotebookLM, and now that lesson is permanently baked into your personal AI's brain. It acts like a safeguard for all your future work.
So, when you put it all together, it's pretty clear this isn't about replacing human experts with AI. It's about making them better. NotebookLM isn't just another chatbot scraping the web. It's a personalized tool that's built to organize, access, and ultimately compound your own unique knowledge.
Which really leaves us with one final question to think about. If you had a second brain that could perfectly remember every single thing you taught it, what expertise would you upload first? What knowledge would you want to have right at your fingertips forever?